Tom Cotton drops hammer on woke CEO after he begs GOP for help. He said, "Best of luck," and I'm glad that he called them out on their bull crap. You know, you have these CEOs of the companies pushing these woke ideologies, pushing this leftist ideology, and then when it comes to bite them in the butt, they want to come running and asking for help. I think it's pretty funny. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. And there's also a link to my Instagram. All right, let's talk about this news. Senator Tom Cotton has dropped the hammer on Kroger chair and CEO Rodney McMullen after the woke businessman begged the Republicans for help. I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but I find it ironic. McMullen wants help pushing back against the Democrats after they said they wanted to regulate his company and block a merger that he was planning. Cotton was furious with Kroger after he learned the company was sued by two former employees in Arkansas who were fired after they refused to wear aprons that promoted woke ideology. They would have all these woke stuff on it, and they didn't want to wear it because they didn't support this ideology, and they were fired. And I think it's stupid that these CEOs of these companies would take a stance when you know that these political stances, when half of America believes in the exact opposite of some of these stances. Why would you get in the middle of that? That makes no sense. You would alienate half of the population. But you would think they would understand that, but they rather please the left and leave the other half of the country upset. And now look at them. The senator said Republicans are not going to help companies that, quote, silence conservatives and center-right voters. Cotton said, this situation reminds me a little bit of the situation big tech companies have found themselves in recent years. They've come to Washington because they fear regulation from our Democratic friends. Our action by the Biden administration, and they expect Republicans who are traditionally more supportive of free enterprise to come to their defense. I've cautioned them for years that if they silence conservatives and center-right voters, if they discriminate against them in their company, they probably shouldn't come and ask Republican senators to carry the water for them whenever our Democratic friends want to regulate them or block them. I'll say this: I'm sorry that that's happening to you, but best of luck. And good on him for saying that. But I have the clip of it right here. Let me play the clip. All right. Let's play the clip here.
This situation reminds me a little bit of the situation big tech companies have found themselves in recent years. They've come to Washington because they fear regulation from our Democratic friends or action by the Biden administration, and they expect Republicans, who are traditionally more supportive of free enterprise, to come to their defense. And I've cautioned them for years that if they silence conservatives and center-right voters across the country, if they discriminate against them in their company, they probably shouldn't come and ask Republican senators to carry the water for them whenever our Democratic friends want to regulate them or block their mergers. So I've heard a lot of questioning about that today, and I've read a lot about it in the news. And I'll say this: I'm sorry that's happening to you. Best of luck.
Mic drop. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny that he did that. But it's all true. It's all true. And then conservative commentator Christopher Bedford agreed with Cotton's stance, saying, exactly right. The CEO of Kroger forces his shelf stockers and checkout employees to undergo left-wing indoctrination to work for him, then pays him nearly 400 times their salaries. When he comes begging for more money and power, send him to his Democrat friends for scraps. Conservative lawyer Briscoe Kane spoke for millions when he said, go woke, go broke. And we're seeing that across big tech. We're seeing this everywhere now. These woke corporations are actually losing a lot of money. You look at what's going on with the ESG stuff. A lot of states are getting rid of BlackRock for their pensions and stuff like that because they're tired of the ESG scores and the woke ideology and all of that stuff. So you're seeing it in banking, and now you're seeing it in grocery stores now. People are getting tired of it and they're fed up with it, and now they're running to Republicans for help. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.